Johnny Depp was born on June 9, 1963, in Owensboro, Kentucky, USA. His full name is John Christopher Depp II, and he grew up in a simple family. His father worked as a civil engineer, and his mother worked as a waitress. Johnny had 3 older siblings, and they often moved to different places together. The family moved many times during Johnny's childhood, which made his life unstable. Because of this, Johnny sometimes felt lonely and had difficulty making close friends. However, he found comfort in music and started listening to many different bands. When Johnny was 12 years old, his mother gave him his first guitar. This moment changed his life, and he began practicing music every single day. He loved rock music and dreamed about becoming a famous musician someday. Soon, Johnny joined small local bands and played music with other young people. He spent many hours learning songs and improving his guitar playing skills. At that time, school became less interesting, and music became his main passion. When Johnny was 15 years old, he decided to leave school completely. He wanted to focus on music and follow his dream without any distractions. This was a difficult decision, but he believed strongly in his future success. Johnny's family later moved to Florida, where he continued playing music seriously. He joined a band called The Kids, and they started performing in local clubs. The band worked very hard and hoped to become successful in the music industry. For a short time, the Kids even moved to Los Angeles to find bigger opportunities. Life there was not easy, and the band struggled to earn enough money. Johnny sometimes worked small jobs to support himself while chasing his dream. Here comes an important moment that changed everything in Johnny's life. What if music was not the only path waiting for him in the future? During this time, Johnny met a young actress named Lori Ann Allison. They became close, and later they got married when Johnny was still very young. Lori worked in the film industry and introduced Johnny to new creative people. One of these people was Nicolas Cage, who noticed Johnny's unique personality. Nicolas Cage suggested that Johnny should try acting instead of only playing music. At first, Johnny was unsure, because acting was completely new for him. But he decided to try, because he needed money and new opportunities. This decision became the beginning of an incredible journey into the film world. Soon, Johnny got his first small role in a horror movie. The movie was A Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was released in 1984. Johnny played a teenager in the film, and this role helped people notice him. Even though it was a small part, it opened doors for future acting jobs. But success did not come immediately, and Johnny still faced many challenges. He had to attend auditions, learn acting skills, and compete with many actors. Will Johnny become a famous actor, or return to his music dream again? After his first movie role, Johnny Depp continued searching for more acting opportunities. He went to many auditions, but success did not come quickly or easily. Sometimes he felt tired and unsure about his decision to become an actor. However, Johnny did not give up, and he kept improving his acting skills daily. He learned how to express emotions clearly and perform naturally in different situations. A big change happened when Johnny got a role in a television series. The show was called 21 Jump Street, and it started in 1987. In this series, Johnny played a young police officer working undercover in schools. The show became very popular, especially among teenagers and young viewers worldwide. Suddenly, Johnny Depp became a teen idol, and many people recognized his face. Fans admired his looks, style, and calm personality on the screen. But here is something interesting that many people do not expect. Johnny did not enjoy being a typical teen star in a simple television show. He wanted to play more creative and unusual roles in different types of films. He did not want to be famous only for his appearance or popularity. This desire led him to make a bold and risky decision in his career. Johnny decided to leave the successful show and search for better roles. Many people were surprised, because he was already very famous and comfortable. But Johnny wanted something deeper, more artistic, and more meaningful in acting. Soon, he met a director who would change his life forever. That director was Tim Burton, known for creative and dark stories. Tim Burton saw something special in Johnny and offered him a unique role. The film was Edward Scissorhands, released in 1990. Johnny played a strange character with scissors instead of hands in this movie. This role was very different from normal characters in popular Hollywood films. The film became a success, and critics praised Johnny's emotional performance greatly. People started to see him as a serious actor, not just a television star. This was a turning point that defined Johnny Depp's future career direction. He continued choosing unusual and artistic roles instead of safe and easy ones. Johnny worked again with Tim Burton in several creative and memorable films. Their collaboration became famous and respected in the film industry worldwide. Here is another moment to keep your attention strong and curious. What kind of roles will Johnny choose next, and how will his fame grow? Johnny began acting in many different films, showing his wide acting abilities. He played characters that were strange, funny, emotional, and sometimes mysterious. Even when movies were not always successful, Johnny stayed true to his style. He preferred interesting stories instead of only popular or commercial projects. This choice made his career unique, but also sometimes unpredictable and risky. After working in many creative films, Johnny Depp slowly became famous around the world. He continued choosing unusual roles, and people started respecting his strong artistic choices. In the late 1990s, Johnny acted in several important and memorable films. One of them was Donnie Brasco, where he played an undercover agent. In this film, Johnny worked with Al Pacino, a very experienced actor. Their performances were strong, and the movie received positive reviews from critics. Johnny also acted in Sleepy Hollow, directed again by Tim Burton. The film had a dark and mysterious atmosphere, which matched Johnny's acting style perfectly. But the biggest change in his career came in the early 2000s. Johnny received a role that would make him famous across the entire world. The film was Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. In this movie, Johnny played the strange and funny pirate named Jack Sparrow. At first, some people were unsure about his unusual acting choices for this role. His character was different, with unique movements, voice, and personality traits. However, audiences loved his performance, and the character became extremely popular. Johnny Depp received an Academy Award nomination for this role, which surprised many people. The success of the movie created a large film series with several sequels. Johnny continued playing Jack Sparrow in multiple films over many years. These movies made him one of the highest paid and most famous actors worldwide. Here is something interesting to keep you curious and engaged. Did Johnny only act in big commercial films after this huge success? The answer is no, and this makes his career even more unique. Johnny continued working in both large films and smaller artistic projects. He acted in Finding Neverland, playing the writer J.M. Barrie. This role showed his emotional depth and earned him another award nomination. He also starred in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, another film with Tim Burton. In this movie, he played the unusual character Willy Wonka in a creative way. Johnny Depp became known for transforming himself into very different characters. Each role looked unique, and he often changed his voice, style, and behavior. This ability made him stand out from many other actors in Hollywood. Even with great success, Johnny faced challenges in his personal and professional life. Fame brought pressure, attention, and difficult moments behind the scenes. So here is the next question to keep your attention strong. What challenges did Johnny face, and how did they affect his life and career? After becoming one of the most famous actors, Johnny Depp faced many personal challenges. Fame brought attention, but it also created pressure and constant public interest. Johnny had several important relationships during his life, which often attracted media attention. He was in a long relationship with Vanessa Paradis for many years. They had 2 children together and lived a relatively private and calm life. Johnny often said that family was very important and gave him emotional support. Later, Johnny married actress Amber Heard in 2015. However, their relationship became difficult and ended in a public and painful separation. The situation led to legal conflicts that were widely discussed in the media. One of the most famous cases was Depp version. Heard, followed by millions worldwide. These events affected Johnny's career and public image in a significant way. Some film projects were paused, and his reputation faced serious challenges. Here is a moment to think and stay curious about his future. Can a person recover after such difficult and public problems in life? Despite these struggles, Johnny continued working and did not leave the film industry. He stayed focused on acting and explored new creative opportunities in different countries. Johnny worked on independent films and international projects outside Hollywood systems. He also returned to music, performing with his band and expressing himself creatively. In recent years, he acted in films like Minamata, based on a true story. His performance showed that he still had strong acting skills and emotional depth. Johnny Depp's career is known for bold choices and unique character performances. He never followed a simple path and often chose difficult and unusual roles. Many fans admire him for staying true to his artistic vision and personal style. His characters are memorable, creative, and often very different from traditional heroes. He also received many awards and nominations during his long acting career. These awards recognize his talent, dedication, and contribution to modern cinema. Johnny's influence can be seen in younger actors who choose creative roles today. He helped change how audiences see characters in big Hollywood films. Here is one final thought to keep your mind engaged and reflective. Is success only about fame, or also about staying true to yourself? Johnny Depp's story shows both success and difficulty in a complex life journey. It is a story about dreams, risks, talent, and the challenges of global fame. Even today, people continue watching his films and discussing his unique performances. His legacy remains strong in the world of cinema and popular culture. Thank you for listening to this graded reader about Johnny Depp's life story. This story helps you learn English while discovering a real and interesting life.